Hey everybody, wanted to do a more thorough walk around of my 2011 GT-R Premium. The weather's okay today. It's supposed to rain, I think, in the next couple of days, so seems like now's a good time to do this. Like I mentioned before, it's a 2011 in gunmetal gray. Has black interior. It's got the 20-inch raise wheels on it that comes standard on this car, with the Brembo brakes, 6 piston calipers in the front, and 4 piston calipers in the back. As you may have saw in one of my prior videos, we did a catback exhaust on this thing. I went with the HKS Legamax, and it's got the blue tips. This car did come with window tint, although it's about probably the lightest tint you can possibly get. My future plans include I'm going to have the back redone in a much darker, but I think I'm just going to leave the front because in California, really, there's no tint that's legal on the front windows. Back windows are a different story. This car is a California car, and it does have a full clear bra on the front, which I really like, which has prevented, I don't know how long it's been on there, I'm assuming for a while, but it has prevented chips on the hood, and the headlights are actually done too in the clear bra. And you can see the fronts of the fenders, and you can see it stops right there. You see the line right there. This car, unlike other GT-Rs, is painted all one color. I think the previous owner had the lower cladding painted the body color, which I really like because I'm not a fan of two-tone cars. That's one thing I really appreciated. The lower cladding would have been that color, which, don't get me wrong, I like that color. I just prefer this to be all one color. In my opinion, it makes the wheels kind of stand out, being darker. So other than the very lightly tinted windows and the mono paint scheme, this car is pretty much stock at this point, except for the exhaust that I put on, and except for the hood struts, and of course the painted engine cover, which I will show you once again when I pop the hood. Right now, let's take a look at, well, let's look at the trunk first. Those of you that are unfamiliar with this car, it does have a pretty deep trunk. I've got all the owner's manual of the car, thankfully. But of course, these cars don't have a spare tire, and they come with run flat tires, and they don't have a jack or any tools. You can purchase the jack separately, but not many of these actually came with a jack. Just waiting to put my personalized plate on there. I gotta wait for the registration to come in the mail so I can go down to the DMV and get that switched over. I did install LED backups on this, which I pretty much do to all my cars. It's much nicer. Oh, and I did do a full LED conversion on the interior. When I bought this car, it did not have any badges on it, and these badges are so expensive from the dealer. I was able to find this one practically brand new, got it used for about half of what a new one would cost, and that emblem right there is actually off the wrong year of GT-R, but I've got the right one coming. This is off R34 GT-R, which is the previous body style. Most people would not be able to tell the difference, but there's a little bit difference in it, so I'm going to go ahead and change that. There's a more close-up of the exhaust tips right there. And this car has Bridgestone Potenzas on it. There's the model right there. And the tires are in, they're not brand new, but they're in really good shape. Nearly new, I would say. Of course, these cars have the recessed door handle. Just press this button, allows you to open it. And like the Z, the window goes down a little bit when you open it. It's kind of a cul-de-sac location in my neighborhood, basically right up against the hills. Nothing around here. You may recognize I film here all the time. It's a good place, it's nice and quiet. No traffic. Anyway, let's move on to the interior. So here's the dashboard. I said this car is pretty standard on the inside. It does have navigation, which came standard on the premium model, and all your controls. And you may recognize my eject button that I had in the Mustang Bullet, and then the 370Z after that. But of course it's you know, 12 volt adapter, but 12 volt power adapter plug. That doesn't really do anything, it just looks kind of cool. The signature start button right there. 6-speed dual clutch transmission with the paddle shifters, and I can definitely understand why this car does not come with the manual transmission. You would not be able to drive it and realize the power. This car is just too fast, and you would not, there's no way that you could shift as fast as this thing shifts. I got my radar detector installed. And it's took it out of the Z. It's not a blend mount, it's another name brand which attaches to the mirror. I forget the name brand offhand. But it clears it, doesn't leave it on the windshield with the stupid suction cups. See the LED lights? Also changed them in the doors too. The seats are the black leather with the Alcantara inserts. And I'll try to show around the back here. Of course, the back seat in this car is completely useless. It's a good place to throw your hat or your sweatshirt. Driver's side door panel. And this car does have a feature that I like. It's got the folding mirrors, which if you park the car, you can, I guess the car has to be on. My bad. But anyway, they fold in when the car, if you are parking in a tighter space, which is nice. I did order some new floor mats for this car because these floor mats, this is a used car and the floor mats are not in perfect condition, and that bugs me because the rest of the car is in really good shape except for mostly the driver's side floor mat, which seems to be a consistent problem with these cars. They just wear out, so no big deal. I did also order a carbon fiber cover for this. The carbon fiber for this car seems to be very expensive, much more expensive than it was for the Z, which is stupid because it's nearly all the same parts. I don't get it. But I did order this, and I may also order the carbon fiber for the switch covers, both right and left. Possibly a carbon fiber cover for this, but I mean that's down the road. And of course people do the carbon fiber faceplate covers. They don't really add anything to the vehicle, but they just look good. I like the look of glossy carbon fiber. So I guess let's take a look at the engine at this point. Okay, looked at the engine bay. You can see the engine cover that I painted the other day and featured in a different video. See those carbon fiber hood struts? I really like these a lot. They just get rid of the stupid prop rod that should not be on a car of this caliber. Still working on some cold air intakes, trying to figure out the best ones for this car. I do have a set. I don't know that I'm going to use them. I don't know that they were the best choice in buying them, but I don't know. I got to do a little more research. Of course, it's got the covers for the battery on this side and the brake system on that side. I did put that Nissan sticker on there. I ordered two when I bought one for my Z, and I had that one under the hood, and it just adds a little something because I like to do car shows and stuff with this. This engine is pretty unsuspecting. It really doesn't look a whole lot different than the one in my Z did, but trust me, there's a big difference. As I showed before, I did swap out the headlight bulbs. I guess they were the stock 4300 in there, and I swapped them out to 6000K. Also swapped out what was the incandescent bulb in this marker light here. So now it looks much nicer in my opinion, and a lot more light on the road. I think the light is somewhat diminished by having these covered with the clear bra. It doesn't look, I just think it's probably a slightly milkier appearance, but I'm sure the headlights underneath are pretty much in brand new condition, which is why you do a clear bra. So I guess that'll pretty much do it for now. Let me know if you have any more questions, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. I definitely read all of your comments, and as you can see, I respond to pretty much all of them. So if you leave a comment, I like reading them. Oh, another thing I did, I'm not sure if I mentioned, I took off all four wheels, cleaned the inside of the wheels, cleaned the calipers. I know I'm really anal. Cleaned the calipers with a toothbrush and soap and water. The calipers were clean on the front, but the back sides were covered in brake dust, and it looked like crap, to be honest. And that's just something I like to do to all of my cars. I did it with the Z probably at least 2-3 times a year, and this car will definitely be no different. I will do a driving video once I get a chance and figure out the best setup for it, but for right now I guess this will have to do. So definitely appreciate you watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Oh, come on, damn it! Oh, that sounds good.